Welcome, my friends, to the Confused Breakfast, the podcast where we hit pause on the chaos of today and rewind to a simpler time when it wasn't about convenience, it was about the experience.
Tariffs.
Remember the magic of a Friday night trip to the video rental store?
Yeah.
Wandering the aisles, making the big decision on what movie was coming home with you. No scrolling, no algorithms, just pure vibes. We're part of the last generation that knows the joy of the search, the snap of a plastic clamshell, and the memories made along the way. We are here to revisit the movies that shaped us and defined our childhoods to see if they hit the same way they did as kids or if nostalgia is doing some heavy lifting. My name is Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, the worst twins ever, Sean Pryor and AJ Venz. How the heck are you?
Have we ever kissed?
I don't know if we...
I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
Maybe we will by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe stick around to the hour and 15-minute mark.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, real quick, I did want to give a shout out this week. Back in January 2022, we reviewed Rad, the movie Rad, in full. It's great. Go back and look at it. And then back in March, we revisited the movie so we could also talk about the new documentary called A Rad Documentary. Mm-hmm. A couple videos kind of went viral about the episode. Bill Allen, Crew Jones himself, saw the videos, reached out and said he wanted to send us something. He sent us a signed copy of My Rad Career, his biography. I've read a little bit of it. It's incredible. He actually signed it to Continental Breakfast, which is even cooler. I think we're going to officially change our name.
We're big in Europe.
Yep.
Go out, and if you're a Rad fan, this is automatically something you should get. My Rad Career, and you should also check out the Rad documentary that's on Prime or Apple. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Bill. I need to borrow that when you're done.
You got it, man. Well, boys, on today's episode, we continue into May of Damon. You can't discuss Matt Damon movies without discussing the greatest role of his career. Right. This movie truly has something for everyone. Brother-sister makeout sessions, a little kid pretending to be Hitler, 37 different dudes hanging full frontal dong, irreverence to the Christian faith, Amsterdam alleyway BJs, Mile High Club first-timers, soccer hooligans, and trains. We're, of course, talking about 2004's EuroTrip.
It's like everything that I want. And then
ladies
one
and
thing
gentlemen,
that Mike likes.
it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with the Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax,
do you guys like Twains?
and enjoy wherever you are in the world.
Have you seen Twains?
Take it away, boys.
Do you want to go see my Twains?
No.
Well, if you're new to this podcast, we're going to be reviewing EuroTrip scene by scene with a modern eye. But in order to do that properly, we must first discuss it with pure nostalgia. Sean, what's the first time you saw EuroTrip, and what were your thoughts and ratings about it back in the day?
My brother had rented this or bought it or borrowed it from a friend. I think that's how a lot of people saw this movie probably. It was on DVD, as we'll get to. But we watched it, and he liked it a lot because he was sort of this age that was partying and traveling and doing whatever you wanted. And I liked it because it was just fun and funny. Didn't really, I didn't love it, but I will say that it entertained me. I will give this let's go with a 5.
5 for Sean. AJ, what about you, man?
You know what? I think that is a great way to describe this. I think it's an older brother movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Mike is going to be the older brother in this version of this, but it's like older brothers had this movie, or they rented it, or they got their hands on it somehow. It is the cover of this just screams American Pie era. Mm-hmm. Just like, oh, let's put like half naked girls and they're, kind of like that. And they're all kind of bunched together and maybe
smiling, having a good time.
They're getting into some wacky adventures.
Yeah.
You can tell from the cover.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa is like a cock.
Yeah. It's a dick reference, right, guys? So the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, man.
We've all done that.
Right? Mm-hmm. So
countless times.
Logan just got his picture in front of the Eiffel Tower doing this. Let's see. What other monuments can we do that with?
Yeah.
There's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Great Wall of China. I think we could do that.
That's
Anyways,
about it, yeah.
Guys,
We've run out of buildings.
We've run out. I did see it like before I was out of high school. This came out kind of like the middle of my high school career. I didn't care about these movies whatsoever. I will tell you that. You saw them, and these were the movies I'm like, is this like what like being a grown up is like?
I don't like that.
This is weird. So I was just like, okay. So I'm literally going to give this like a 5.5.
5.5 for me. Funny enough, like I'm actually maybe too old of a brother to necessarily like this movie when it comes out. This is 2004. I remember renting it. It wasn't truly a blockbuster date night, Friday night thing, renting it, watching it, but maybe being a little bit too old to relate to these high school kids because now I'm full-blown college kid, right? So, I mean, American Pie, Road Trip, those were my jams. This starts to get into the era back then of movies where I'm like, okay, this is for little kids now. You know, so I'm almost like getting too old for it. But I did love the sentiment. I think I've mentioned it before. There was a girl I met in Australia when I went over there when I was 18.
Nice.
So this is like my dream is to also go back over as a 18-year-old kid and like fall in love with my Australian girl again, kind of a thing. So at the time, I'm going to give it a 6.9.
Nice.
That is nostalgic. Josh Miller, executive producer, says this movie is one of my regular rewatches, easily a couple to few times per year. It's great to put on when I'm working in the shop, cleaning the house. I couldn't tell you the first time I saw it, whether it was in the theaters or if it was at home on video. All I could tell you is it came out after 1932 and before 21.99. For real, though, I would easily guess 2008 or 2002. The long and short of it is this has been and always will be my type of a movie. Comedies are my jam. Off-the-wall comedies are my super jam. I can say it for certain flew under my radar until I saw it. It was really a main cast of unknowns to me. Walking out, I had a great time and wondered how they got Matt Damon. He will always be the fake lead singer for the real band Lustra or Loki, the fallen angel of death and dogma. Even though Loki is Norse mythology, not rooted in Christianity or Catholicism at all. What kind of debate did I just start with that statement? Nostalgic score, because it doesn't matter, 0.7. Just kidding, 7.4.
Whoa. Okay.
So he's a 6, or as a group, we are a 6.2 nostalgically, which is going to tie it with Caddyshack as far as how we felt nostalgically. Like, pretty funny, but not my favorite movie.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
It wasn't that great.
I don't get it.
Well, we got to discuss it purely modern day action at this point. So Sean's going to start us off for important details in the movie. What you got, dude?
EuroTrip was produced by Alex Berg, Daniel Goldberg, David Mondale, and Jackie Schaefer. Written by Jeff Schaefer, Alec Berg, and David Mandel. Music by James Vanable. He did the music for Samurai Jack. Fucking sick.
Dude, hell yeah.
Jersey Girl. That was Smith.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah. And Scary Movie 3. He's right in there. Cinematography by David Egby. He did Dragonheart, Virus, Pitch Black, Mike, and the original Mad Max. Edited by Roger Bobadelli.
He's good.
Directed by Jeff Schaefer. He also did episodes of Crashing, and I don't know if 76 episodes is the entire series, but 76 episodes of The League.
Bulk of the series, dude.
Bulk of the series. Technically, it was directed by all three of the writers, but they could only give one credit to one person, so Jeff Schaefer it is. Scott Makowitz, Jacob Pitts, Kristen Kriek, Michelle Trachtenberg, Travis Wester, Vinnie Jones, Fred Armisen, Raid Serbajej, Jeffrey Tambor, Lucy Lawless, and Matt Damon. Writers and directors Jeff Schaefer, Alec Berg, and David Mandel were all friends going to Harvard and would bond over their love of 80s sex comedies. After writing for the Harvard Lampoon, the trio would get Hollywood work where they would write for Seinfeld and do a lot of rewrite work for films like Out Cold. He told a story that they wrote a hot tub scene, I think is which is in EuroTrip, and they kept that for themselves for the movie that they wanted to make. I
think if you can remember Out Tub, the Galifianakis hot tub scene, I think what happens in EuroTrip was also going to happen in the hot tub, and they said, wait, let's cut that off and let's save that for something else.
Kind of fun. At first, what was called Ugly Americans was a pitch for a sequel to American Pie, but the writers wanted to make their own movie. After the script was written, Berg, Mandel, and Schaefer knew they wanted to direct the film as well. That was the whole goal, to write and direct a movie together. Eventually, the script became a pretty hot spec script in Hollywood, and several studios would become interested, but it was Ivan Reitman and DreamWorks that would give the filmmakers the deal that they wanted. Michelle Trachtenberg was the biggest star in the cast, aside from a cameo from someone who inspired a podcast in Iowa to dedicate an entire month of his filmography to. The filmmakers would say she was just a pure professional.
That's like the type of thing that would be on IMDb trivia, where it's like,
exactly.
The Confused Breakfast dedicated an entire month to Matt Damon, and it'd be like, thumbs down. Thumbs down. I hate this.
Michelle Trachtenberg, they said she knew the assignment and just nailed it. Aside from the main cast, most of the people in the movie were in it because they were also shooting another movie in Prague, where EuroTrip was mostly shot. When the film was finished, DreamWorks were essentially disgusted by the movie, and Ivan Reitman, who had fought for the movie, was turning his back on it, going so far as to try and cut it to a PG-13 version. But after he tried, he just gave up. He's like, this is unsalvageable. The studio pivoted to marketing the movie as a sequel to Road Trip, which worked.
Which is why they changed the name, right?
Yeah, it was all post. It was going to be called Ugly Americans.
I think that's a terrible name for a movie.
It's not great.
Because it actually doesn't really even like apply to this movie.
Not really, and honestly, Ugly Americans doesn't really either. But it's more of the
No, that's
80s.
what I meant. Like, Ugly Americans doesn't really explain this movie.
Got you.
It's a terrible title.
Yeah,
and it's like you're marketing it to Americans. It's like, okay, okay, guys.
It's definitely the more like 80s sex comedy
Yeah.
title for the movie, like Meatballs or something.
Yeah, Meatballs.
EuroTrip was released February 20th, 2004, and on a budget of $25 million, the film only made $22.6 million, but found its audience when the DVD came out and became a cult hit.
Yeah, this is the peak era of DVD sales and special edition unrated ones that's where they made their money.
Exactly.
For sure.
These are the movies that you watch with your group of friends at home.
Yeah, you don't go to the theater.
You don't go out publicly watching these movies a lot.
It's kind of serendipitous because that's like I said, as described, they were just like all friends who watch all these movies in a dank basement.
Yes.
I imagine
Yes.
quite like this one, and their movie kind of became that as well. So it's kind of cool in a way.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Sean. Up next, we got to go to AJ. He did the research. We want to hear about critics and fans and what they had to say about this movie. Probably really positive stuff.
Yeah. This isn't where I park my tomato meter.
Gross.
It's our first gross in a while, isn't it?
It's kind of gross. It's 46%.
That is tied with another raunchy teen comedy movie that we have done, Little Giants.
Yeah, raunchy teen comedy.
Get it?
That was delayed in my head for a sec. I don't know why. That was a late laugh. I'm sorry about it.
It wasn't funny. It was just.
I mean, it was after a few seconds.
It's good. 75% on the esteemed popcorn meter. That's the audience's, and this is a 6.6 on IMDb.
Of all the movies we have done, tied with, it should be noted, Road Trip. The exact same IMDb rating. That's what people think.
I wonder why.
Same name.
It's the same thing. It's just like, whatever.
Yep.
Michael Reckstaffen at the Hollywood Reporter gave it a 60 out of 100. He was one of the highest ones I could find on here. Although a number of the gags fall flatter than a crepe, the accent is on the charmingly juvenile as opposed to the purely puerile. With a fresh-faced cast of amiable young performers on hand to make the trek relatively painless. Great. Let's see. Variety. Scott Foundas. Did he? 40 out of 100. Promising young cast flounders amid the comic material that's staler than week-old bread.
Found us. I didn't know we were lost.
Right? Didn't know he lost us. Let's see.
Whenever you tell a really good joke, it throws him off his game.
It does. I just
kind of, seismic earthquake just threw him off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did anybody else feel that?
There's a change in the air.
Jesus. Somebody fart?
Basically, yes.
It's basically what you're doing is you're just like, Throwing the fart in my face. Go ahead.
Hadouken.
Say. Silly, but actually pretty funny. This is a 6 out of 10 by KSF2. Fairly recent in 2025. After getting dumped by his cheating girlfriend, Scotty decides to head to Europe. It's like it's all zany and fun if you go with the flow. Keep those eyes peeled for Matt Damon. He looks a little different in this one. He's the Scusi band leader.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wait, what? I did think that this would be a perfect time to do one of those guys, and you'll never believe.
Oh, yes.
But I think this is like even more obvious than the Trump one in Home Alone 2. Like this would get people to seriously be like, nope, never.
Or the feather in Forrest Gump.
That's a good one.
They were fucking mad.
People literally hate us. People are trying to find our address so they can come kill us.
I can't wait.
We had people asking if like in personal messages asking if we were like hard R's.
Are you an R word?
Yeah,
yes.
they did.
Someone actually
just like
direct message us said, "Are you a hard R? Are you guys hard R?"
Yeah. Do you actually believe that was not like that was one shot? Like,
did they say the word or did they just?
No, they said
the word.
It would have been better if they said, "Are you hard R?" I actually said,
it would have been like probably someone who is a fan and just knows our oeuvre, but no, nope, they're looking for us. So
let's see. They also went on to say, also small roles for Diedrich Bader and Fred Armisen, lots of cussing, and so politically incorrect. Frontal nudity by both girls and guys. This one is definitely not for children. Written and directed by the team of Berg, Mandel, and Schaefer. Neato.
He liked it then.
He liked it.
Cool, yeah.
6 out of 10. He got that means you like it more than you dislike it.
Definitely.
So I think some people forget that when they're giving a number rating. Mm-hmm. It means you like it more than you dislike it if you're doing that. This was
I was going to respond, I like turtles to the message, but somebody already wrote stupid is as stupid does. Who wrote that?
That was me.
Damn, I was going to say I like turtles. I like turtles.
I like turtles and twains.
Was that Facebook?
That's Facebook.
I saw it. Yeah. So I don't respond to those.
I know.
That's it.
Absolutely unfunny is the 1 out of 10. Literally the most American-made film I've ever watched in my life. Poorly wrote and cast. Carbon copy of Road Trip, a good film, with more money but worse writing. This film is so unfunny. Whoever the blonde, long hair main guy is, he's the worst actor I've ever seen. Such a strange role. As a European from the UK, this film really upsets me by just being so unfunny it hurts to watch. Just overall poorly filmed with just absolutely terrible plot, cast, scenes, and story.
Yeah, we get it.
It's overall poorly filmed.
Copied Road Trip, and it got absolutely wrong. Waste of my life.
Yeah, I know. You already said all that.
You already said that
Jesus.
6 times.
Oh, my God.
Let's see. Somebody else said forced comedy. How about some 10 out of 10s, though, guys?
Yeah,
People
man.
loved this movie.
Fuck yeah.
Right? Wish we had movies like this. Well, we do, because it exists.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So,
You're in luck.
You're in luck, because here's the movie.
here you go.
In fact, you watched it.
You watched it.
You don't have to wish. It's real. People are stupid.
I love this guy.
I love it.
He's good.
Yes. This says, I've seen this movie 30 plus times.
Fuck yeah, man.
And every time, it's still hilarious. A college person's take on Europe with all the cliches and puns. Casting is astonishingly amazing. And that catchy Scotty song sang by Matt Damon. Another 10 out of 10. Underrated. This movie is hilarious. Obviously, it is not to be taken seriously, but it's funny. The young actors do a good job, even if the comedy is immature. Overall, it's a great and unique take on a crazy European triathlon by teenagers. Gee, thanks.
Yeah, buddy.
How about some Little Lebowski Urban Achievers?
Yeah.
I took all their props and punchables, so you get their ratings and their thoughts.
All right, that sounds good. Mike G. What up, G? Mike G, we've got G in here. Guys, you got to, come on, okay? I want to know exactly who you are. Sometimes I get you confused. Mike G, definitely one of those movies where the nostalgia may be better than the actual movie, but it's still pretty solid. I remember it like it was yesterday, 2008, senior year, the AP European history trip to England and France.
Dang.
Let's go. I was designated as a person to try and convince our 70-year-old teacher to put this movie on for everyone to watch on the coach bus. Don't ask me why I brought a copy of EuroTrip with me on a school trip, because I can't remember it. It's because you were going to Europe.
Yeah.
You were taking a Euro trip.
You watch Vegas movies on the plane to Vegas.
Correct.
That's what you do.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah. If you're not watching Vegas Vacation or Casino, I can't help you. Or Ocean's 11 to get ready for your own heist.
There's nothing I can do for you.
There's nothing I can do for you.
Hard 8.
It's lost. Hard 8. Thank you. Let's see. As soon as the first naked woman pops up 10 minutes in, the teacher rightfully clutched her pearl, shut the movie off, and gave us a good talking to. But like the movie itself, the experience and memory is almost as good as seeing the actual thing, and Scotty Doesn't Know is still an all-time fake song. He did say R.I.P. Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yep, we'll get to that.
Absolute icon. We'll get there. NicMad, let's be clear. There's no real reason anyone should enjoy this movie. It doesn't excel in smart humor or even as a great cast of actors. There's no sense of resolve, triumph, conflict, or any sort of standout character arc we've become accustomed to. It just is what it is. Lazy, sewn together jokes about a group of high school grads taking a trip overseas to Europe. And yet I can never forget it. Coming in at the tail end of the height of the R-rated teen comedy craze, following the likes of American Pie and Road Trip, this stitched together over-the-top comedy manages to pull off a 2000s charm you'll unlikely find ever again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to jump on down here to Mr. Jarrett. The fact that I have quoted this movie every day since I was 13 makes it something special. The random cameos from Fred Armisen to Diedrich Bader or especially Lucy Lawless, Patent Leathers. Anyways, this movie was and still is niche humor that just hits perfectly. I even tell my son, now put your clothes back on, white boy. I really don't know what to feel other than love. It's not a masterpiece, but whenever I want to just be happy, I put this on. Great call. Yeah. Great call. Miami Vice, #1 new show.
Well, if you guys want to support the show and you want to get your thoughts on a movie read on air, go to patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. So many great things, bonus episodes, voting on upcoming movies, and of course, joining the Little Lebowski tier. You get to do this with our friends.
You're special.
Private Discord, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, boys, today we embark on a sophisticated examination of one of cinema's most provocative explorations of American ignorance abroad. By boarding this podcast train, you'll experience a guided tour of Amsterdam's shadiest alleys, an exclusive visit to Europe's most aggressively male nudist beach, the once-in-a-lifetime chance to accidentally become Pope, and of course, a hands-on demonstration of why siblings should never drink absinthe together. But I must warn you a few things before we start. 1, there's no refunds. And 2, we aren't the first podcast to talk about this movie.
What?
And 3, may God help you if we end up in Bratislava. Miss Scusi. Here we go. So scene 1, Scotty Thomas gets dumped by his girlfriend Fiona right after high school graduation. After a party that night with his friends Cooper, Jenny, and Jamie, Scotty reads an email from his German pen pal Mike, who expresses sympathy. Cooper convinces Scotty that Mike is probably a predator, leading Scotty to rudely cut off contact. When his brother informs him that Mika is a girl's name, Scotty realizes his mistake. Determined to apologize in person, Scotty and Cooper impulsively plan a trip to Europe to find her.
Here we go. Credit scene.
I wanted to go to you on this.
Okay.
Thoughts on it?
Fucking sick.
Right?
I love it.
And it happens throughout the whole movie. It's pretty legitimately awesome.
Yeah, I especially like the you know how like the Bond movies do it.
Yeah.
Like they're trekking we got to go to Bratislava or something. So they do the red line in the airplane on the map or whatever. I like how they do that at the dinner table.
Yeah,
and that's really fun. But yeah, this whole opening credit scene is it's cool. It's fun. It's whatever. It's definitely of the era, and I like that about it.
Yeah, and it's got a French version.
Yeah,
it's talking about my generation. Is
it
that
almost sounds like it's Chinese or Japanese, but it's a different language of a popular U.S. song, which is great.
Yeah, so that makes it kind of more fun. It's just another nice nod into the title of it all.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes, this is European. We're doing a French version of it, whatever it is.
Yes,
it's just. Yeah, you're kind of all in. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't have any issues with it.
This is so great. We get Scotty getting dumped by Fiona, but then we go straight to this party. And this is why I love these movies so much, is because these high school teen movies just cement the era of what that was, where there was no internet and there was no cell phones. And like watching these parties, I just don't feel like anything like this happens ever again.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the world. I mean, we're 20 plus years removed from it, and it's truly like a time capsule of that era of the way people dressed and the way people acted and everyone coming together and going to functions, because that was how you socialized instead of online. It almost is like, let's say I show this to my daughter in 20 years, she'll be like, wow. Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to feel really weird to see people at a party like this. Don't you think?
You guys are drinking out of different plastic cups. You didn't bring your own thing to drink out of?
Yeah.
Oh, straws?
Whoa.
Plastic straws, boys?
Are you using metal straws or?
No one's drinking out of mason jars here?
No.
We got to go.
This is...
you guys are creepy.
I brought my own pasteurized vodka in a glass line metal cup with a metal straw. It's like, oh, can I have some? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, we drink out of kegs and we put it in plastic red Solo cups so we can get our proper dosage of microplastics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Duh.
It's a part of the thing. We get drunk off the microplastics.
It's called an experience.
Yes. And they had to ship those in to Prague.
Oh my God.
Finding out red Solo cups is purely American.
Yes, it
makes me so happy.
Of course, yes.
It's basically it's peanut butter and red Solo cups. Very, very American.
Yes, that's all we got, really.
It's really all we got going for us.
Did you catch, I jumped ahead a little bit, but when he is actually graduating, what the fuck is up with his uncle?
Oh, it's like his grandpa or something.
No, he said says like uncle something.
Uncle. It's just,
and the guy just stands there and has no lines and never appears for the rest of the movie.
It was like a joke that was supposed to go somewhere, and they just kind of cut it out.
Do you think so?
Because at first he's standing there next to his dad, and he's got sunglasses and a hat on, and then he's standing really
next to,
awkwardly close to next to Scotty for a picture, and he's just standing there. He doesn't have sunglasses or hat on. He looks kind of different. You're just like, what is going on with this guy? It is just like a whatever. We think it's funny. We're just going to put it in.
It's like a mostly Czech cast, especially the outside characters, I guess, or like the background characters. So maybe they just got someone in there and he probably didn't speak English very well, and he's like, just stand there, man.
It's like A Knight's Tale.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It actually makes a lot of sense if you go back and watch this movie knowing that 99% of it was filmed in Prague.
Yeah.
It kind of changes your experience because you can see pretty much everyone is not American that is pretending to be American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the dudes like the jocks in the Letterman jacket that come when he's in the hot tub, nope, those are just big ass Austrians or something like that.
Those are definitely adult film star actors.
100% they are.
That's exactly what they did.
Speaking of the Letterman jackets, I love when she's like, Fiona breaks up with him. She's like, here's your Letterman jacket. He's like, this isn't mine.
This isn't mine.
I love that.
He was already wearing someone else's Letterman jacket and didn't remember whose it was and gave it back to him. He's like, I don't play sports. What are we talking about?
Fiona is the epitome of she's gonna be OnlyFans girl, I think, right? Because she'll
be too old by
in
then.
the camera and everything. She's just really working it for even though that once that video camera comes up. And then I have to make mention, Jeffrey Tambor in this like very short part is just hilarious. How he's just like, all right, son. He's just like,
and even
just oblivious to what's happening.
At the end credits, they show that scene a little longer where he's smiling for the photo and he goes, did we get it? Okay, we got it. And like he walks away from it.
He's like, where's Scotty? He went camping with Cooper. Where's Bert? Fuck if I know.
Fuck if I know.
I do. Let's just get into it because it must be stated, and this might be a little off the wall what I'm going to say here. It might be agreed upon by you guys, but when you're seeing this scene at the high school party and you're hearing Scotty Doesn't Know, I want to make a couple statements. Number one, this is the greatest cameo of all time with Matt Damon showing up in this movie, playing the lead singer of this band. This is the greatest performance of an actor pretending to be a musician of all time. And this is single-handedly the greatest song that has ever been written for a movie in the history of cinema. I didn't think I would feel this way. I thought I'd be like, man, I've been building this up in my head. I absolutely was like on my feet, like rocking and rolling, having the best time of my life when this scene happened in the movie.
It's so catchy. It's amazingly catchy, and I might agree with you. I agree with you right now.
In this moment,
yes.
Agree with me because that will piss the most people off.
Yes, I love him in this. Like I love how they just got him because he was in Prague filming The Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, that's what it was, right? He went to college with the directors or something and the writers.
Yeah, I think so.
They knew each other somehow, and apparently the same for the band. The band was Lustra, was the one that actually wrote the song. They all knew each other in college or something like that. So I think they just approached him and said, could you write a song? Here's kind of the idea we're looking for. I don't know how they didn't do more because, I mean, this song is fucking catchy and genius.
So good. It's like even it's funny too. It's really funny, the song itself. It's like, we did it on his birthday. It's got it on like just a rant, like not even going into a verse. It's just stopping the chorus for a sec to say that and then go back into the chorus. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But think how genius it is. We know she cheated on him and she's a shitty girlfriend, but like, we got the entire backstory of what's been going on. The best part is he goes, happy anniversary, babe. Like they're having an anniversary and she just broke up with the dude.
Yeah, that's kind of the best part of it for me is like is him just showing up, and they do that thing too where it's like they kind of pan up to him and it's just like surprise motherfuckers.
It's so good.
He's got the lip piercings and stuff,
the neck tattoo.
He's just all decked out, and like I love how much he kind of yucks it up in these moments too when he's just like Scotty.
Well, did you catch the greatest bit of trivia that we've ever found on this show in the almost 5 years is that at the very end of this movie in the funny credits, they show him doing they kind of recreate the song and he does the blah. Did you hear the sound that is played when he goes blah at the end?
No.
It's the literal scream from Howard Dean when he goes blah. You know, with that presidential speech that he makes.
Is it really?
They took that audio bite and put it over Matt Damon in his mouth.
Really?
Oh my god!
And you'll go back and just be like, yes. I mean, it's like the best little Easter egg.
We're gonna go to Washington and we're gonna go to Connecticut. Caught up in the moment.
And literally, he could still be our president, like greatest president we've ever had, but he did one thing.
Fucked it up.
Yep, he shouldn't have done that.
But even the joke coming back around proves how good this is. The fact that the song keeps coming back in the movie, like the Bratislava Club is playing it.
Yes.
we're like a week later in some club in Bratislava is playing it.
Yeah.
The ringtone, at one point somebody has a ringtone already on their phone.
It's like as soon as they left for Europe, the song took off in America. And then started to spread as they got to Europe.
Yes.
It's so good.
Oh god, it's great. It's chasing Scotty along this entire trip.
The writers described it. It's a plot point. for
Yes.
the movie.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for the movie because of all of this. You know, it's a reminder. It's literally the engine for the movie.
It's a reminder for why he's doing this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I never even thought of it that like that's why. And then it's even funny when they're kind of like, I think it's Cooper who just kind of starts humming it while they're on the train, and then like they all join in, and even Scotty joins in. He's like, "It is catchy."
Yeah. You gotta give it to him.
Well, it's true. Scotty doesn't know, man. He didn't know about Fiona, and he doesn't know fucking German, and that the guy he's been talking to is actually a girl.
Yep.
Like it's just true. He doesn't know shit.
Yeah, and now that he knows that it's a girl, that they're a girl. Now he's in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
It's kinda
you can
shitty.
be in love with him even if he's a him. You know, like calm down. 2004. It's okay.
There's a joke in there somewhere. Yeah, there's definitely something in there, I would say, for today's audience. Yeah, to play on.
You can love them.
Yeah. Okay,
Don't care.
Just love them.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is kind of funny when he's like, "Oh man, we had an incredible bond. I told her things I've never told anyone else, but yet he literally can't speak or understand German. So how did he tell Mika things that he's never told anyone else? Like she does. And does she speak English? Like she does speak English in the movie at the end, right? So why don't they just talk in English at some point?
That's asking too much, Mike.
and that's what. Okay, listen, and that's what I want to say about this movie. Like normally I would just be like, this is so stupid and none of this could ever happen. But I fucking love the premise. It's like strangely believable to me to just be like, oh yeah, totally. Thought it was a guy, but now he's in love with her. It's a super hot girl and the timing's right and they're going to go to Europe and they're going to get on a courier plane.
And just so happens that the twins are going too, and why not? I didn't think one bit.
No,
I'm glad you're bringing it up because we do this, but yeah, I was just like, whatever.
But what is it about certain movies that because some we get overly critical about them, like, well, that would never happen. Like, I don't buy this little detail, but when it comes to a movie like this, why don't we care as much?
Because this movie doesn't insist upon itself.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why.
Because this movie has Matt Damon singing a punk rock song about someone cheating on him for a long, long time. That's why we don't care.
Yeah, it broke down our expectations miles ago.
Yeah.
Is it because we've dropped the pen and paper like as a critic? We're not being Ebert. We're just being like, oh, this is kind of fun.
Yeah, because we're like, all right, let's be so broke up with him. She's what a bitch. And then we look up and it's like, well, fucking Matt Damon.
He looks pretty cool.
Why is Matt Damon in this movie?
Is that fucking Matt Damon? What the? All right, wait a second. That's what happens.
Scotty doesn't.
You're like, yeah.
Fuck yeah, okay.
I have a video to show you when this is done. My youngest daughter, who's 10 months old, loves Scotty Doesn't Know.
Hell yeah.
She's going like this, like Scotty Doesn't Know, because everybody fucking loves the song.
Harrison thought it was good. Yeah, he was like he just does some dance bounce to just.
What is the word? The words are actually pretty genius too. He says he thought she was in church, but she's still down on her knees. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things that you're like I don't want to find this funny, but it's fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? So because it's like, look. Let this be a funny thing. You just have to let this be a funny thing. Enjoy
it's almost like
it.
Scotty kind of lets it be a funny thing too. He's just like
he kind of moves on, like in like kind of a like you're kind of proud of him. You're almost like he at the party. Everybody's loving the song. He's at that bar, kind of having his drink. He's just like, and Cooper comes flying over the thing, which is another great moment where he jumps into there and he's just like, by the way. What a cheap opportunity to just get some boobs on the TV.
Did you watch unrated or regular?
Whatever.
I think it was unrated. I
think if you guys watched it on the thing, then you watched the regular.
Okay.
So yeah, just believe it or not, that was the version that made it to theaters. The unrated has even more boobies. Just let's get them in there. Come on, get them in there right away. Let's get the kids excited.
Yep. Let's get those kids happy about these boobies.
I do want to mention
pretty easy.
Yep.
Question for you. Is young son Bert, is this their actual son, or is this some sort of like foster kid exchange student?
The Braces kid?
Yeah.
He feels like a foster.
His accent is through the roof European. Can you hear that?
No, but can you hit a button for me?
Yeah.
Hit it.
If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just like last week in The Departed, kid's trying too hard.
Yeah.
And like even when like the first scene, someone's taking the video or whatever, and he's like looking at the viewfinder. He's like, I'm like, fucking, just stop trying.
Just stop trying.
Just be a kid.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
And he's like having a good time because he can swear in this movie, and I'm sure it's fun. And it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Cool. Punching that kid.
Yeah.
I guarantee they decided they needed a younger brother at some point, and they're like, well, we're in Prague. We need someone. Because this kid is totally a foreign kid.
Yeah.
I think you look at his name, I think it's like Pershkashkin. Yeah.
Jakurbik.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Like, he is about as close to the punchable face as I feel like I can get. What do you have?
NicMad's punching Fiona. I think Fiona is very
that's
deserving.
a very punchable one, yeah.
Jared's going to punch Christoph. I think Christoph is very worthy of it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
says, I'm just going to be handsome and grab a rolling can of Coke. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I would actually like to nominate Damon, the character that he's playing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like fuck that guy.
Sure.
Not because he like took Fiona away, but just like, he's like 27.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 27 hanging out with
that
these high
guy
schoolers.
is way too old to be like being the band at that party.
It's Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
It's like he's just on the verge. He's 1 year away from people being like, ugh.
You know what? That's my punchable face.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Matt Damon, Maeve Damon, you're getting punched,
You're
sir.
getting it.
Yeah.
I might get borned, but that's fine.
Then if we're going to do lovable face, my lovable face is whoever says, male motherfucker.
Dude.
Male motherfucker.
A buddy of mine had that ringtone
Are you
for
serious?
his text message. I'm pretty positive. Is it somebody that you know too?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, I don't know. Somebody had it. I don't know, but like they had that for a text message.
Those are the little things that people didn't have to do.
Yeah.
Like it could have just said, you've got mail.
And those are the jokes that live on forever.
Right, exactly.
That because they're just so off the cuff. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff just is what makes me cackle laugh.
Yep.
Like when I rewatch these movies.
Well, let's go to scene 2. So using a cheap courier service, Scotty and Cooper fly to London first. They stumble into a pub full of Manchester United hooligans and drunkenly bond with them. After a wild night, they wake up on a bus to Paris with the hooligans. In Paris, they meet up with their classmates Jenny and Jamie, who are backpacking through Europe. The group briefly tours Paris, including a failed trip to a nudist beach, swarming with naked old men. Jenny and Jamie decide to join Scotty Cooper on their quest to find Mika.
You know, I'm pretty sure they played The Clash, but at least it wasn't London Calling.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like I would have been like, Zemeckis in this.
London Calling.
I mean, it's just so cliche. Every single time an American movie they go to Europe, it's London Calling.
Yeah.
Especially this era, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to have a conversation about Vinnie Jones in this because, first of all, you can't go to London or to anywhere in England without having some sort of like soccer hooligan thing. And you get into this Manchester United bar. I haven't seen this movie in 20 something years, so I kind of forgot how things played out. When he starts doing the song, it's very super badish of the, like, here, sing it for us, kid, and then they like him. But Vinnie Jones, most people don't know this. Vinnie Jones actually was a professional footballer, soccer player, sorry. He played for a team called Wimbledon, which is a club south of London. At age 21, he went professional, scored in his second match, like was a pretty good player, actually scored against Manchester United. He holds the record for the fastest red card and ejection in Premier League history. 3 seconds into the game, he was ejected from a game. There's also a famous picture of him reaching behind him, grabbing the nuts of another player and like lifting him up. Just type in Vinnie Jones soccer nuts or something like that. This dude, I love Vinnie Jones so much, and knowing that he actually was a footballer, knowing that he hates Man United and still agreed to play this role, is Vinnie Jones one of the most intimidating figures of all time?
Oh, 100%.
It's that face, man. He is just that 1,000-yard dead stare, just ice in his eyes.
Pretty good.
Pretty dang good, lads. You're just like, oh man. And he's like taking off his jacket. He's like not like necessarily like a jacked guy, but he's just that.
He's just big.
He's just that, intimidating, like scrappy, kind of strong. You know what I mean?
He's always seemingly looking for a fight.
Yes.
That's scary.
It's like it's like he's always ready for a fight. You know how often I'm ready for a fight anymore? You know what I mean? It's like not often.
Never. Let's just say that.
I'm never actually ready for a fight.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Never actually.
I can be ready to fight, but I'm not ready for a fight.
This scene is really funny. I like this is kind of where the movie won me over, and then like in a little bit it lost me. We'll get to it, but
it's a 10-second span for you. I like
good.
this. Fuck, I hate this.
Oh, fuck this. But like pulling out already broken pool sticks from behind the bar. I fucking love that. And dude, I laughed out loud when he just fucking took uncracked the beers with his fucking eyeballs. Fuck, that's great.
I've never wanted you know what? Prop.
Oh, prop. All right. Fuck.
Ooh, here's a prop.
I want the beers that he cracks open. I want both of them. I want him to hand them both to me. That's the prop.
Damn, you want them all. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want, Sean?
The kill something shirt.
Pretty much every one of the prop options I have are t-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I did like the Letterman jacket. I think that'd be funny. I'll take the Eat Me shirt at the very end.
Okay.
Made out of fraternity sorority letters. We got Michael Guiliano wants the absinthe that actually works instead of the cheap American bad licorice kind.
Right.
Yeah.
And NicMad wants the Pope hat. And then Jarrett wants the feather off of the Flugelheimen. Which makes a lot of sense.
Hell yeah, man.
No, this is just so funny to me because, I'm a soccer fan and I love the culture of European soccer, especially Premier League. And anytime you can incorporate that into this, I love so much, especially because all these hooligans are clearly European. They either brought him over from England or something. My favorite guy is fucking Cecil wearing the kill something. Dude, he says, so I tell the swamp donkey to sock it before I give her a trunkie in the tradesman's entrance and have her lick me yard balls.
My
yarbles.
I have a translation for you. That is, so I tell the annoying slut to be quiet before I put my dick in her ass and make her lick my balls. I fucking love Cockney slang. I love anything to do with it, and this guy just kills it.
It's like all a Clockwork Orange like slang is like all that Cockney kind of what was the Anthony Burgess?
Yeah.
His kind of dialect that he created for that, like yobbles, is definitely from a Clockwork Orange. like you got any yobbles? Come and show us your yobbles. If you got any yobbles, it's what they say in a Clockwork Orange. I'm like, fuck, that's cool.
Man. You guys are on a completely different level of swearing over here.
And it's like my dream until I got older and know that I couldn't hang anymore. But if you took me back 10, 15 years, my dream would literally be to be in the position they're in, to get welcomed in to a hooligan club to just drink and go watch a football match.
Yeah.
Like that is all I would ever want to have done back then. So I'm like looking at this going, dude, fuck Berlin. Let's stay with these guys. This sounds like a lot of fun.
And if you think this is like scary or like, why are they doing this to like, because they find one fan from the other side and like
it's not even a fan,
pester him or whatever.
It's an eye tie and he's just wearing like an Italy shirt.
Yeah, he's just wearing it.
He's holding like a baguette and groceries.
If you think that's bad, I literally just saw a video of like, I think it was the Knicks and some other team. The other team beat the Knicks or something, and some guy was walking out of the stadium with a Knicks shirt, and they just were, a crowd was over him, just throwing shit at him. In America, like, fuck, it's always like this.
Yes,
yeah.
We're probably even worse here.
It's actually, sports have turned into also to politics. Like politics are like sports. Like my team versus your team. It's pretty great, and I love them showing up in Paris and bullying to say, no, we're on the right side of the road. Like, get over there, you tossos.
Dude, honestly, like at the end of the movie, I'm just gonna say it now. Like the best bloopers are Vinnie Jones when he's like all the fake glass that's breaking. He can't like not break the glass. It's just like. and then it's just him. But they just told him, "Hey, we're just gonna leave this camera on you, and we're gonna do the sound effects afterwards. Everything. We just need shots of you just yelling obscenities at people to get off the road."
I don't know how that guy that was driving sat there.
He's
with
my
a straight
favorite
face.
to watch. Like watch only him because he's just like.
And there's like a couple of them where he's just like where he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, let's have it.
Come on, let's have it. Get out of the way, you just so
okay.
good.
So then, Sean, you said this is where you're starting to love the movie. Then let me predict where you started to fall off again.
Okay.
The mime scene.
100%.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go. Let's have it.
Let's have it.
I'll say robot dance / fight scene.
Yeah.
My note just says no.
No.
Yeah. It's like kind of. They made a few choices in this movie to where, like, if they had just taken something else, we could have been talking about a pretty fantastic movie.
I can see why this is funny in 2004.
Yes.
And this is like the only thing that kind of really dates the movie. This is not funny. I was like, while this scene was happening, like, if the rest of the movie is like this, I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Yes.
And it thankfully dug itself out of this hole.
It reverts the movie back to like even like watching the other people who aren't involved, like the like they're watching
stuff.
It's just like, oh, you've reverted this back to a PG movie, like kid style comedy. Like they're the ones who are gonna think this is super funny,
and they're not watching.
And they're not watching this movie.
Ivan
It's like,
Reitman was probably like, "This is probably the tamest scene in the movie. The rest of the movie should be like this."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's either that or it's like people who are going to be high are going to think this is really funny, and it's just like it's not funny. The only payoff of this is a nut shot.
Yeah,
that's it, and it's not even that good.
That's where I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to Road Trip, and that's what Road Trip doesn't have anything like this in it.
Right.
It doesn't do the weird like, look, it's a robot, and we're going to do a robot dance.
Yeah.
It doesn't stoop to a lower level of like dumb comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Green essentially, maybe you put someone else in Tom Green's role, it would have felt that way, but Tom Green was doing these things but making them funny.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, it's a good point. And the robot guy does.
I thought that was Thomas Lennon, by the way.
I was just gonna say.
Did you really?
I've always thought it was.
Same.
And it wasn't.
No.
It's just some guy.
No, it's not him.
And it could have redeemed a little bit knowing that it was him, but it doesn't.
Okay, so you fell off. You loved it. You fell off. But then you immediately got back on board when they got on the train.
Yep. Because the trains for Mike.
Well, trains. I was like, oh, fuck, tunnels
Fred
too?
Armisen, obviously, because of Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
He was pretty much an unknown at this point,
Just
too,
an
by the way.
SNL.
He had started SNL in 2002, so we recognized his face. I remember watching this going, yeah, that's that guy, I think. He's kind of almost unrecognizable to me in this role for some reason.
Yeah.
Really?
Do you feel that way? I almost had to go, who is that?
It was definitely the first time I saw him, and I mean, Miss Scusi, I say it all the time.
Dude, it is the most quoted thing out of this. I mean, probably to come out of this movie, right?
Yeah.
Other than Scotty Doesn't Know.
Yeah,
like
Scotty Doesn't Know, Miss Scusi.
Miss Scusi is like that, you know? I think people say it just almost on accident now because he said it so many times. Miss Scusi.
Miss Scusi.
Yeah.
I think this is the best acting performance in the movie. Like when he's doing the shit he does, especially like he's doing the back rub and he's like, excuse me, but then he goes, dude. And the look he gives when they finally come out of the tunnel and he's smoking a cigarette. I guess a lot of it was sort of improv. They told him to just kind of go for it. Even him coming out of the train car and like pulling his underwear down.
Yeah.
Dude, Fred Armisen just absolutely shows up, destroys the scene, and is just fucking gone.
Yeah.
And it brings me back into this movie.
Definitely.
It's a good point, and I think it kind of speaks to a lot of secondary characters that kind of float in and out of this movie. They're the ones who really keep this alive, I feel like.
Yeah. The main characters don't necessarily have the power to keep this movie going.
Yeah, like they don't, like not in a bad way. I don't mean that in like a bad way. I don't think it was written for them to be the ones that keep this going.
Right.
It is the situations they just get into, you know, that they are kind of the normal-ish kind of idea going into these wild European cliches, you know what I mean? Like, the street performers in France, and like with the metal guy, the robot guy, and the footballers in England. Oh, they're really finding themselves in some, misadventures here. And like, but they are what keep it going. Even Jeffrey Tambor is like another character that you're like, thank God he's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's keeping it interesting.
Definitely.
Well, then you get to the nude beach. I don't know how much male dong you saw in the regular version, but the unrated version is just, I think it's more penis than I've ever seen in a film in my entire life. It's just male penis on a nude beach, and yet it's still somehow kind of funny because that's how I picture nude beaches to be.
I just think it's the whole premise of the thing is funny in itself, of just like, old dudes showing up to a nude beach like they are, not being
Same
old, I guess, but they're like, they go to see titties and vagina, and everyone's there just for that, but there's no ladies there because of that. I think that's hilarious. And then the fact that Michelle Trachtenberg shows up, and they just are salivating and like zombies almost.
Chica.
That's really fucking good.
It was such a funny thing to read. Like, they were more going to have this scene be kind of like Austin Powers vibes, where everything was kind of going to be in the way.
Surfboard or like a shovel.
Yeah, like, or sandcastle and
arm.
Funny penis references, but like, but they're just like, it's not hitting, and they're like, just take it all out.
Yeah.
Let's just have full dong.
Go for it.
Let's just
Full
shock.
dong.
Let's just go for it. And they do, and I think it does make it a better, like, funny scene.
Yeah.
And these are all just random extras from fucking Prague.
Yep.
And in fact, they had no shame whatsoever. There's a report that Michelle Trachtenberg said that they were like completely lacked shyness between takes, that whenever they were at like craft services, the dudes were just naked. And it just really made everybody pretty awkward because they were just like,
today. No, we're not. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Don't grab that.
No.
That's not a hot dog.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a second to talk about Michelle Trachtenberg?
We could do that. I think that she's fantastic in this, and I haven't seen much with her in it, but my God, she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell. And just to hear the fact that behind the scenes she was just like such a champion and like knew what this movie was, and like she was like I said,
she was the
star of this movie pretty much. And I think she holds it down extremely well, and she's such a good presence. I love that she is here. If this character, I guess, wasn't here, I might not like the movie as much.
Like, what if it was just Cooper and Scotty?
Right.
I don't know if it would work as well without her and her twin, Jamie.
Yeah, and she plays it off very well, of like the whole time of them just treating her like one of the guys.
Yeah, it's a pretty good joke.
It's not gay. I'm a girl. But it's just like what?
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're just a cool dude with long hair.
It's just like, and then like this kind of reveal when Cooper starts being like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, it's like, kind of funny.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I get it now.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
So all I knew of Michelle Trachtenberg was that I was a huge Pete and Pete fan. We've talked about it. She was Nona Mecklenburg, Little Pete's kind of best friend in that show.
Right.
A young girl. She's like 8, 9, 10 or whatever in that show. And then the next time I see her on screen is this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I think she was 39, unfortunately, when she died, and she died of like complications from diabetes. They said it was sort of like not natural causes, but like just complications due to that disease. So way too young. But yeah, this is why it's so great to have film and music, because it immortalizes people, and you can always go back to watch them. And
definitely.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Well, scene 3. In Amsterdam, everything seems to go wrong for the group, including losing all their money. They attempt to hitchhike to Berlin, but accidentally end up in Bratislava. The exchange rate works in their favor, and they enjoy a wild night where Jenny and Jamie unknowingly make out with each other. The next morning, a friendly Slovak man offers to drive them to Berlin. There, they learn that Mika has already left for Rome, prompting Jamie to sell his prized Leica camera for plane tickets. Another cameo.
Yeah, Dietrich Bader, right?
Diedrich Bader and Lucy Lawless are all in Amsterdam, and you're just like, what?
They were just all in Prague, apparently.
I'm guessing they were all just shooting movies or something, because that's how they got these people.
Basically, what happened? Did you guys see the deleted or like the thing they wrote in place of this Amsterdam scene, especially Cooper's?
No.
I think I read something about it. What was it?
So a scene that was cut from the script was Cooper mistaking a sex room called the Secret Room for the Anne Frank Museum / Memorial.
Oh my.
Cooper saw people coming out of the place crying, and that excited him. As Cooper gets to what he thinks is the secret room, he strips naked, and people walk in and see a mannequin of Anne Frank and see Cooper naked body. Cooper tries to cover himself with the mannequin of Anne Frank, looking like he's fucking it. Everyone loved the scene, even Spielberg. But Spielberg, being the guy at DreamWorks, called the writers and said, "Guys, I love it, but my name's on that museum, okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
We got to take it out." The writers wanted to keep it so bad, they were even thinking of taking the movie somewhere else, like New Line.
Oh, wow.
But Ivan Reitman stepped in. He's like, "Guys, we gave you the deal of a lifetime. You'd be really dumb not to take this.
Yeah.
Like
so take the scene out."
That's very funny, but also it doesn't it shouldn't be a hill they're gonna die on.
Yeah.
Because this is also extremely funny and memorable that they came up with the Van der Sex shit with Lucy Lawless, Xena, Warrior Princess herself, just being very dominating and awesome
and very good to
pretty cool.
I love Hans Gruber. Come out here.
Hans Gruber.
Never picked up on that one at all back in the day. The just nice little callback there.
Nice little callback to Die Hard. That's pretty great. The whole thing of, and then like they're all kind of going their separate ways. Jamie just is the one who finds himself in these like in the best situations, but also the worst.
I always thought that like this worker person was like in cahoots with Diedrich Bader.
Yeah.
That this was some sort of thing to get him in the alley, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Because Diedrich Bader's character doesn't have any idea what's actually going on. You can tell. And he's very funny. It's not like his best cameo because he's just doing
he's not that great.
He might as well just be doing like any sort of like generalized European accent on top of it. He sounds more French than anything.
Yes.
Like, it's like
it looked like First Take, and they're like, "Good enough, man."
They're like, "Thanks for being here, brother."
Yeah,
because you're hilarious and we love you.
I mean, you gave me the like heart sputter when I saw him. Like, Diedrich Bader, fuck yeah,
yeah.
And
see you later.
Just up this movie a little bit more, just because he's in it. I don't care if he's like a minor thing.
The guy who plays Jamie too, by the way, if you don't know,
Ben Shapiro.
Yes. Also known for his role in the Paper Brigade as the bully. If you've ever seen the Paper Brigade.
We need to talk about the Paper Brigade at some point.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a movie that I don't know if I've seen or not, but I remember there's images I remember from a movie, and I'm wondering if it's that. So
I don't know if it was Michael Guiliano or if it was, I'm so sorry I can't remember who specifically actually like did a live like cast of it on our Discord. He put up a link, and like whoever wanted to just jump in and watch it, I watched the whole thing.
Nice.
It was
Derek
awesome.
for real, I think.
Was it Derek for real?
So yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was so great.
Can you I'm not necessarily into this kind of stuff, but I am curious. Like, what does the 3 dildoed machine with the feather and the laser do? Like, what does the monkey clapping with the cymbals? Is that just on his dick or his balls? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen to me, but I'd like to know what happens to them when they do those things.
You want to be outside looking in.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be the one paying for this. I just want to be the one who I just need to understand.
Yeah. So that I don't do it.
Like, how do I want to know how far not to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm better at that. Just like
I'm gonna try new things.
Word.
I want to see them happen first. I want to like read reviews, to see if I might like it or not, and then I'll try it.
Yeah.
Get your free T-shirt,
Exactly.
It's worth it.
It's kind of all I'm going for.
That thing spreads out, and it's like I mean, it's going all around his butt.
But the laser's
Not
pointing
anywhere.
right at the hole. So I'm assuming at some point they converge.
Yeah, maybe they all just kind of go in like some sort of James Bond.
The feather opens it. The laser points to where it's going. The feather like lets you clench up a little bit so that the 3 could just go, yeah.
Okay. You've thought way more about this than I have.
No.
But
I watched the unrated version. They show a lot of that.
They show a lot more.
Oh, okay.
As a person that has traveled that doesn't travel anymore because I have 2 fucking stupid kids that just don't allow me to go traveling. Just kidding. I love my kids, but I won't travel anytime soon. But there's not a single chance in hell that I have ever, nor will I ever, even my wife, let someone carry my money and my passport.
Oh, no.
And my plane tickets.
No.
This is the dumb. If you really want to dive into this movie, this is the dumbest thing that any of them did was give him all their stuff. And then, by the way, we just gloss over this for the rest of the movie. They don't have passports.
Mm-hmm.
So they hid in the back of a truck through at least 2 country checkpoints to get to Bratislava, probably more, then back to Germany through a couple more country checkpoints. And they're buying a flight to Rome and then a flight home, all without passports.
Right.
Like, that is just suspend your disbelief. I wish they would have at least been like, well, at least we still got our passports. We just don't have money.
Yeah.
Because that is the most unbelievable thing of this movie, everything that happened.
You're 100% right. Because granted, driving through like the countries over there, sure. That's for the most part, from what my experience was, it's like driving from here into Illinois. You know what I mean? It really is. But like, some of those other countries, I think some of those Eastern European countries may not be that way.
And you don't want to get caught in any of those places.
No, not at all. Not without identification of some kind. And like, you would not, like, there's no way in hell. Like, why would you put literally all your eggs in one basket on the, like.
Now, if it's my basket, that's fine. If you guys want to give me your stuff, that's fine. But I'm not giving you my stuff.
In a way, I'd probably do this, like, because he's like the one with the book,
Fromers.
Fromers. So I'd be like, so I don't have to fucking worry about it.
Oh, Sean, no.
I can go eat wheat brownies.
I need it to be on me, literally and figuratively. If something goes wrong, like, if at least it's my fault.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not for anybody else. I'm just saying for my stuff.
Because I'm killing Jamie if he lost my money, my plane tickets, and my passport.
Yeah. Like, what else are you going to do? Like,
I'm just going to kill you and eat you because now we live in Bratislava. And your body's probably worth everything here.
Yeah.
Dude, the driver.
Oh, God.
Is so funny.
What's his name?
I don't know. I don't even know.
It's Raid.
Well, I'm talking about the one who gets them to Bratislava.
The truck driver.
So I'll drive this cliff off a cliff before I go to Berlin again. He's like, next stop, Berlin. Just communication breakdown.
He's like, nowhere near Berlin. He's going to Berlin.
Fuck yeah.
Perfect. I like when he goes, I can speak German, and he turns to him and he goes, hello. And the guy goes, hello, and he goes, see?
And then you're like, oh yeah, good start.
Awesome.
All right. My German is very ill, but I can understand small if you go slow. Like, it's just like,
all right, cool.
And he's like, Deutsche. It's like, railing off a Benzedrine, like scotch and like those little chocolate covered peanuts, you know? He's driving.
Okay. The gag of this exchange rate thing in Bratislava, I think's hilarious.
I think this is maybe one of the best kind of jokes, like as far as cliche jokes go in this movie. This is maybe the top tier of it.
The fact that he gives the guy a nickel, and the nickel not only lets him quit his job, but open up his own hotel. That's like really funny.
It's
see it? You see this?
The most Zucker Brothers portion of this movie.
100%.
Just the cut of like what $1.83 American. What's that going to get me here?
The hell's that going to get?
So fucking funny, dude.
Just top tier everything. It's like, well, we got 28 cents left. What's there to do in this town? And they're all just dressed to the nines, just going into a club. Like, oh man, it's so good.
It's just a great gag. And then, of course, so how do you say his name? Raid Serbizh?
Yeah, let me give it another shot.
He was in Snatch. He was what was his character in Snatch?
It's the Russian.
Boris the Blade. he's one of my favorite people in film, and when he shows up and he's like, Miami Vice, we got. Do you have a train station? Yes, show. It's coming very soon. They're building it right now. Yeah, Jesus, he's so fucking perfect to be the guy that's in Bratislava.
Yeah, I love seeing him. He's in The Saint with Val Kilmer, Eyes Wide Shut, Kubrick's. Yeah, he's so good every time he pops up.
He does he does this so well where he's just kind of there and then he disappears on that bike randomly.
Good thing you came in summer.
Yeah. He just leaves and then he comes back with that like General Lee version.
Lee truck.
Like, with a it's so funny.
What do you think? How does this age for you? The fact that they get to Berlin to Mika's dad's house, and there's a little kid pretending to be Hitler in the background.
This is another thing where I prefer the Anne Frank fucking the mannequin
to Vandersex.
I like that joke. This joke is just like, okay, he's a Nazi. Like, whatever. It's just kind of a bad joke.
It's a bad joke, and the fact that it's like a kid that doesn't understand. Like at the end in the credits, the director's like demonstrating how to do it.
Doing like a Zig Heil or like whatever a Roman salute.
Roman salute. Yeah,
please.
This just wasn't funny, and I don't know if it was funny to me when I first saw it either. It's just kind of like a dumb joke.
It is. It's just like useless.
Oh, get it? They're in Germany.
Whatever.
You get it? Don't you get it? They're in Germany.
No, I get it.
They had to make a reference somehow, some way, I guess, because they've been doing it this whole time.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to dredge it up somehow. But like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't. It doesn't do anything for me, I guess.
It does nothing.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
It's the robot scene. It's just the
I just like put up a block. Like when those scenes come up, it's just like, it just does nothing.
There's no payoff.
Yeah.
And again, it's just like, yes, it's happening, but like these are the kinds of jokes that should have some sort of a payoff.
Yes.
It's not like the male motherfucker, that kind of thing. These should have a payoff, and it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, scene 4, arriving in Rome, the group heads to Vatican City to find Mika. Inside, Scotty and Cooper accidentally trigger a series of events that make it seem like the Pope has died and Scotty is his successor. Scotty appears on the papal balcony and spots Mika in the crowd. They're detained by Swiss guards but are rescued by their Manchester United hooligan friends. Scotty finally confesses his feelings to Mika and they share a romantic moment. The two consummate their newfound relationship in a confessional booth before parting ways.
Hell yeah. The Pope dying was kind of a weird serendipitous thing that happened.
Listen, everybody just recently learned all about what happens when the Pope dies from the ridiculous amount of media coverage that has happened over the last 2 weeks.
Well, the movie as well, the Conclave.
Yeah.
Coming out, yeah.
But I already knew it all from watching EuroTrip because I knew everything that happens. Like, of course, they ring the bell when he dies and they do the white smoke and they got the papal I knew it all because of EuroTrip. I didn't need fucking Conclave and CNN to tell me everything I needed to know.
True. You said you can't learn anything from movies.
Come on.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is literally culture that we're nuts deep in.
They did the whole process with a Leslie Nielsen level kind of gag. And I do think this is really stupid, but it's actually kind of smart.
Yes.
Like the whole oopsie kind of just falling into it is actually kind of funny.
That is, you know what? I don't know why I never made that connection, but it is very much Leslie Nielsen style, because I could so see him doing this gag of falling through the curtains,
as
getting
Frank
wrapped
Drebin.
as Frank Drebin, and him coming out and be like, okay, and then
And falling into the character, much like the umpire is like, yeah. Before the pitch even lands. Yeah, I think it's fun, weirdly kind of accurate.
Yeah, it was like they kind of. I mean, it went really quick, but I do like the scenes of the current Pope watching TV, being like,
yes, but also like fiction meeting reality. He's the American Pope.
I know.
Oh shit!
It's kind of like, whoa.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah.
Chicago Pope, man.
He's a Cubs fan. No, he's not. He's a White Sox fan.
Sox fan. There's footage of him in the crowd at a White Sox game.
I'm pretty sure he's a Reds fan, so
Come on.
fuck all you dudes.
Come on. All that matters is he's a Bears fan.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
One thing to go back to your very first comment, Sean, was you were talking about when they decide on the table how this is where countries are and they're going to make the trip. That not only was that genius, but the fact that they could kind of go back to it continuously and show where they're going with the same stuff on the table. And like I like it. I know it's simple humor, but Paris being a bottle of wine, Brussels being Brussels sprouts.
I love that.
Crabs being Amsterdam, ketchup, Heinz being Germany, spaghetti being Rome. Like that's dumb, but like really, really funny.
Bratislava being an ashtray.
Yes.
Question marks.
It's the Napoleon Dynamite intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that has nothing to do with really the names on screen. It's just fun to see, and like to associate all that shit is another like literally level of Zucker comedy.
Yeah,
Right.
it's pretty awesome, man. And what did you think about Mika in general in this movie?
No, she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
good,
she's there for sex appeal.
Yeah, man.
Like 100%.
Well,
like,
she inspired the porn parody name. It's EuroTits.
EuroTits.
Yeah.
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 Because
And
they're there.
They are there.
Yep.
But it's think about it. Every scene like throughout the movie until we actually meet her is just like sex fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Her German friend, her German nerd friend,
German cousin. It's like Jan.
Is that supposed to be Jan?
I think it's supposed to be like a play at Jan, but obviously it's not the same guy.
Yes.
It's just some jacked dude. It's just, again, just making it some sort of sex fantasy.
I do like when they fantasize. He fantasizes. She's like, let us have sex for 1 month, and David Hasselhoff singing, because I anticipate that is what goes on in every German's head when they're having sex.
Yeah.
Yes,
A lot of
just
days.
hearing David Hasselhoff songs.
Yes. If you go into like, and you're about to have coitus with a German, they'll say, "Oh, wait, I'll put on some music," and they put on their best David Hasselhoff record.
He's huge in Germany.
He's huge.
Fucking love that.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Well, and they even make it as if it's a bubble coming out of her head during that scene. So it is something she is
Son of a
listening to.
bitch. God.
But it is such a great fantasy. Let's say you're 18 years old and the girls in my school just don't get me. Like, this is such a great fantasy of finding the most attractive European girl that doesn't have a boyfriend, that would love an American man, that you could be like, yeah, we could date. It's such a great fantasy overall that I think they play off pretty well to most American audiences watching this movie going, oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be sick.
I guess I'm maybe kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but I like that they carry it out. It's not like they get together and it's like a joke. Or like they fuck and then like.
Well, I thought they were going to do that. I couldn't remember the ending. She goes, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh no!" And I always thought for some reason that like him and Michelle Trachtenberg.
That's what I thought too. Yeah,
and
I thought they were because like I think that's what would happen in a different movie. Like American Pie would probably do something like that. One of those movies would do something
where
like
it turns,
that.
you've been chasing this dream that you thought was perfect, but in reality, your perfect mate was right here.
Yeah, I like how the movie kind of indulges itself into the whole fantasy, or like, no, she meets him at wherever he goes for college or whatever.
That's a good point. Yeah, it fulfills the unicorn fantasy like you're talking about. Yeah, that's a good point. Like they could have very easily been like right here, right next to you the whole time, like you're saying, Mike. Like we bonded over hash brownies, and I find you attractive.
Yeah,
and it's that would have been an easy way to fill this out.
Definitely.
What is the website that does? You can ask Christian parents if a movie's good or not.
Oh,
Christiananswers.net. Is that what it is? Because this movie probably is one of the Christian parents got to hate this movie more than anything.
Probably.
Yeah. We're talking about making fun of the Pope. We're talking about having sex in a confessional.
I just lost my virginity in a confessional booth. Detroit Rock City.
He'll try to find it for me.
Oh, well.
All right, final scene. So, scene 5, on the flight home, Cooper and Jenny hook up in the airplane bathroom, fulfilling their crazy European sex goals and begin a relationship. Jamie stays behind in Europe after impressing travel mogul Arthur Fromer with his impromptu Vatican tour. Back in Ohio, Scotty starts college at Oberlin. Mika surprises Scotty by arriving in his dorm as his new roommate. I did check. There is no such thing, nor has there ever been such a thing as a direct flight from Rome to Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not a thing that has ever happened nor will ever happen. And so this movie's garbage because it insinuates that.
Yep.
Yeah, we can end it right now, actually.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, the guy's like, the flight from Rome to Cleveland is boarding now. It's like, no, that's not right.
Here's the thing, guys. On commonsensemedia.org, this is everything you need to know
as Christian
about this.
parents.
This is a 1-star, and it is stupid and offensive. Beware. And it is... Parents need to know that this movie has every possible kind of material that parents might find inappropriate. It has full frontal male and female nudity, sexual references, and situations including comic, incestuous behavior,
oh my God,
oral sex, prostitution, homosexuality, and bondage, sadism, masochism, very strong language, including the use of 4-letter words by children. Drinking and drug references, and comic violence that includes getting kicked in the crotch.
Oh, no.
A character repeatedly lies about being at work and continues to collect his paycheck.
That's a good bit, too. We never
It's a really good bit.
I like that.
The Flugerman file, whatever he says. It's supposed to be funny when someone gets fired because of his failure to do the job. The movie also has many offensive jokes. A character lies about someone being developmentally disabled in order to sneak into the Vatican. A German child with a Hitler-style black smudge over his lip marches in a Nazi goose step.
Well, we actually kind of like that part.
Well, that was kind of
pretty cool.
I like that one.
The characters inadvertently signal that the Pope has died, and one of them is mistaken for his replacement. Characters have sex in a church confessional. To stay in the loop on more movies like this, you can sign up weekly for movie night emails.
Honestly, AJ, we will give you...
Please sign up for that right now.
We will up your pay if you do that.
I'll go ahead and get signed up for us.
I'm going to ask Sean what your thoughts are about Cooper, the actor that plays Cooper.
I think he's fine. You know, it's this kind of character throughout these movies. He's like the Stifler, obviously, in American Pie.
Kind of, yeah.
I haven't seen him in much else, but I think he's just perfectly passable in this, to be honest. I think his reactions and his facial reactions are especially kind of fun. I like I said, I like the bit of him calling his boss or his boss calling him.
Yeah, at the end they think, oh, sorry, man, you couldn't keep it going. He's like, actually, no, they fired Arthur.
They gave me a promotion. The first one where he's like, yeah, I'll look for him. Just give me a sec. No, they're not down here. Yeah. I like that bit. I think he's fun and he's fine.
It's a pretty solid like through line, for the movie to just kind of keep it going back. And the fact that he like kind of still keeps it from Scotty for like as long as he even does, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, and this is just again, so normally I would have so many issues with this of like thought you were a guy. That's why you get to be a guy in the dorm room. You get to move in with me. Yeah. They thought my name was Mike, but it's just like, it's just funny and happy to me that it actually works out. And like, I mean, she's not going to get to stay there. They're going to find out within the RA is going to walk down the hall and be like, what the fuck's going on here? Wait, we're moving you to a different dorm.
And it's not going to last, obviously.
No,
it's
not a chance.
Like they're not going to get anything done school-wise for a while and then realize like, shit, I do need to have my future. And one of them's got to have to move out. There's going to be a breakup.
Fiona came crawling back once. See, Fiona hated Scotty until Fiona saw the kind of tail Scotty could pull.
Yeah.
Right.
Now Fiona's like, I'm so sorry. I want to come back to you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She's going to ruin everything.
Yep. It's not going to last. They're gonna make some joke that she identifies as like Hale and Himmler, and that's it. And then
Jamie's gonna take his new name of Ben Shapiro.
Yep.
And, yeah, he's gonna move on to that thing. And
Cooper and girl, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Cooper and what the fuck?
Jenny.
Cooper and Jenny do last though.
They do. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
They do.
mean the first Mile High experience. Getting your guys' first time.
You hang
together,
on to that.
That's gonna last.
You
forever.
chase that for the rest of your life.
You don't let that go.
No.
Yeah.
And again, end outtake credits, people laughing, funny jokes. I will never not make me walk out of a movie just happy.
Great time.
And just like, let's go.
It's never not a bad idea.
Correct.
Like, it's always something worthwhile to have at the end of a movie.
Completely.
Like, especially like this. Like, it does seem like this movie was a lot of fun to make. You know, like there was a lot of fun being had, and I think for the most part that shines through in the performances, and then also that's why we need to have these post-scene credit blooper things. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's great.
Here's how you'll know if you watch the unrated version or not. When Friend Armisen gets kicked out of the train car and he like pulls his underwear out of his pants, did he go into another room when you saw this? Okay,
yes.
That's unrated. Where he looks in another room, he goes, mi scusa, buongiorno.
Yes.
That's in the real version. He just walks down the hallway, but in the unrated, he goes into another one, which is really funny to me.
Damn it.
Well, anything else you guys want to say about EuroTrip?
That's it, man.
We've dissected it with a modern eye. Time to give it a modern day rating. Sean, what do you think about this one now with the confused breakfast treatment?
I didn't think I was going to like this as much as I did. I think that this definitely holds up as far as what kind of fucking movie it is. Like, this is stupid. This is utterly outrageous and dumb, but it's so much fun. I don't give a shit. I like all the performances a lot. I'd like this era of teen comedies. You know, that we don't get movies like this anymore. I don't know if we ever will. Like, you know, Superbad obviously came off of this. This was inspired by American Pie. Those kinds of movies are fun. I do, however, think this is better than American Pie, and I do think it's better than Road Trip.
Damn, son.
Slightly. I'm going to give this a 6.4.
Sean, all right, man. 6.4. AJ, what about you?
Oh man, that's just like kind of a tough one. It's kind of a toughie, just because it is like a silly. It's like a very, very silly thing, and it's hard. Like, I do have to compare it to like Road Trip. You have to. It's the same. It's the same vibe of a movie. I do like this way more than I like American Pie.
Damn.
I've been debating on if I like this more than Road Trip, and I feel like this is a movie. It is a movie I could go back to a little bit easier than Road Trip. It seems like it's easier to throw on, but I'm trying to decide if that makes it any better. Like, I think that the characters, like the actors, do a good job. Maybe that's what makes it like easier to fall into, because, you know, it's not overridden by Stifler jokes, and I don't know. This is tough. I think I will say I could watch this more often than I could watch Road Trip. So I'm going to give this a 6.1.
Nice.
6.1 for AJ. Yeah, it was very tough. We just did 8 movies in a row that were all heavy hitters, 2-hour-long movies, to where this came at a great time. This is 91.5 minutes of just
bit of a palate cleanser.
It was a palate cleanser, and it was fantastic. It comes in that era of just these such bad movies, but like where the world of DVD sales were like giving us all the unrated versions, and it was just such a great time for just bad movies. This movie got nominated for a Teen Choice Award for movies your parents didn't want you to watch.
Oh my God.
If that explains how important this kind of a thing is to a 16 to 22-year-old kid.
Perfect.
But at the same time, like Road Trip was better to me slightly because it was college when I first saw it. I think you don't have as many scenes in Road Trip as you do in this movie, but it's still really funny. It's still really great. I'm actually going to give it a 6.29.
Nice.
Slightly below Road Trip, slightly above American Movie for me. Let's see what Josh Miller said. He said, as I said before, this is a regular rewatch for me, and each time I enjoy it just as much as the last. This rewatch was also my fiance's first watch, and she doesn't love dumb comedies as much as I do, but she did enjoy this. While this is from the same people that made Road Trip, and this was a spinoff to capitalize on that crowd, this is the better movie between the two.
Nice.
Both were good, but this one was just better. It's wild the amount of cameos, small parts this one has. Fred Armisen, Lucy Lawless, Diedrich Bader, Vinnie Jones. Did you know while playing a soccer hooligan in the movie and not a Man U fan in real life, he was a professional soccer player for 14 seasons? Yes. He says fastest yellow card. It was red card, my friend. The soundtrack was top notch. The girl that played Mike was the lead singer of a pretty popular German techno band. I'm waiting to hear what you guys think of it. Think of it being musicians and all. I didn't look that up. I don't know.
Who was what?
He says the girl that played Mika, was the lead singer of a popular German techno band.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, we're going to look it up.
Yeah, let us know, man.
Overall, I think the movie was well written and for the most part well acted. Some lines came off feeling forced or poorly delivered, but it certainly doesn't take anything away from the movie for me. I use the lines, "This isn't where I park my car." "This is definitely where I park my car." "Me Scusi," and others regularly. To wrap this up, the movie holds up well. Some lines don't work as well in this oversensitive world we live in now. It's always worth a watch for me when it comes across, but I don't think I'll ever seek it out. It's sad that Michelle Trachtenberg passed away so young. Modern day score honestly really remains the same. No better, no worse. 7.4.
Nice.
So as a group, we are a 6.55. Pretty decent on the grand scheme of things. A 6.55 is going to take this tied in the 160th spot of any movie we've done with Red Dawn. We do think that Just Friends is slightly better, but we think this is slightly better than Airborne and Airheads is how we feel about this movie.
Wow.
Better than the Airs.
Yep.
Better than Airheads.
Yeah, well, we do have an episode coming up of re-ranking, so maybe we'll have to change that.
Maybe.
Hope you enjoyed the episode, everybody. Thanks for being here. Tune in next week. May of Damon concludes with a movie called Rounders, and then we're going to follow that up with UHF to start June.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you're new to the podcast, go back this time last year. We were deep in May of Swayze, and we did the movie. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Face Off. Probably one of the episodes of the year last year. You should probably go back and check that out.
I mean, if you love that movie, you're going to love that episode.
Yep.
So
checks out.
And if you hate that movie, you're going to love that episode.
Exactly. Well, thanks to Logan on the controls. We are here at Upload Media Group in Cedar Rapids. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com. Logan had a bad Euro trip just recently, so he hates that we're doing this movie.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Bad trip.
And check out our network, Cloud 10 at cloud10.fm. That's it for us. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye. I love you. Miss Scusi.
Miss Scusi.
Oh, Miss Scusi.
Thanks again for listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Make sure you're checking us out on YouTube here in the studio, hanging out with us live and in person in the studs. Check us out on social media. Search for Confused Breakfast at Confused Breakfast anywhere on social media. And please leave us a review. 5 stars on any platform that you're listening on. Write us a comment on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. Write us a review. We love to read them.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the merch that we have. You can see the shirts. We have new shirts up there. It's awesome. I believe it. You can go to confusedbreakfast.com as well to see the ratings of the movies that we have covered. You can see AJ's ratings. You can see Mike's ratings. And you can see my ratings and the show's ratings overall. Goodbye. I love you.
Thanks to Brian on the controls here at Upload Media Group. Learn more at uploadmediagroup.com. And learn more about our network, Cloud 10, at cloud10.fm. We love you so much. Go on to the next video.